Hey guys, it is Mike from Baltimore Rides here, wrapping up Thursday, January 25th. I had to think about that for a minute. It is the wee hours of Friday morning. It's the 26th, about 2 a.m. I'm almost home, but I wanted to get a video up there for you guys. And there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but I'm not going to do that tonight. So here's what's coming soon to a theater near you. Taxes. I've already started mine. I wanted to get most of the way through my taxes and know what the pitfalls were, what things to be prepared for, and what things to talk about, so that when I made the taxes video, which I will probably put up like the first week of February, I had all the information that I wanted to be able to talk about. So this is not going to be a taxes video, but that's coming soon. It will be a video that I probably make at some point in the very beginning of February, probably February 1st or 2nd, once all the information is available. And so here's what you need to start collecting now, your homework assignment for when I make that video. In addition to all your mileage tracking and your expense tracking, you need to get some things from Lyft and Uber. You go on their websites, you log into your dashboard or your whatever that you want to call it, and you go to your taxes documentation. And you're going to download whatever files they've provided for you. Now that could be a 1099K if you drove a lot. It could be a 1099 MISC, M-I-S-C, like miscellaneous, if you only drove a little, or you got incentives like Boost or Quest or Power Driver Bonus, whatever. But it's probably going to be a 1099K, and that's the form that they pay us with. That's the form that basically they give Uncle Sam and we use for our taxes. However, there's other things you're going to need. You're going to need your tax summaries. Now, Lyft puts theirs right on the page where you download the file, the 1099 file. And then you just basically have to like screenshot it and write down the information you need from it. Uber actually makes theirs where you can kind of save it a little bit, but right now they're not loaded yet. They're working on their annual tax summaries. They've taken down the month-to-month tax summaries, which I should have saved. Stupid me. Lesson learned for 2018. But their annual one is not up yet. They said it should be up by the 31st, which is a few days from now. So fingers crossed. So there's some things we've all got to get together and we've got to save in addition to all of our mileage tracking, our expense tracking, et cetera, et cetera. We've got to have all these numbers, and the tax summaries are very important because your 1099K lists the total amount charged to the customer. It doesn't just list what you got paid. So you need to be able to back out the number of the amount, which is basically the fees that Uber or Lyft took that you didn't get. Otherwise, you're going to be taxed on a higher income than you really got paid, and that's bad. So that's all I got to say about that. Look for those documents. They're on the dashboards for both sites, but also those tax summaries. You're going to need that information. So that's one thing that's coming soon to a theater near you. Another thing is I've got some introductory videos that I'm going to be putting up for new drivers, and I've actually got some notes written out on things I want to talk about in kind of a checklist format for someone starting out as a new driver who's either not signed up yet or just signed up. So I'll be doing that in the month of February, and they'll probably be like I think it's going to be either a 3-parter or a 4-parter. Because it's going to be a lot of information, and I really want to do it in a very sort of methodical, step-by-step format. But that's enough about what's coming soon to a theater near you. Let's talk about tonight. Tonight was a joint Uber-Lyft night. I did about 30 trips. I think it was a little bit less than 30 trips tonight. 11 with Uber for $60-something. And I think it was 18 or 19 with Lyft for just over $100. So not a bad night. sort of a sleepy night. I'm not going to lie. I started a little bit late. I didn't even get out of the house till 1 o'clock, 1:30. So by the time I was in DC, it was almost 3 p.m., which is fine. I know I lost some business in that kind of late start. But, got on the road. It was steady. I wouldn't say it was great. I would say it was a steady night. And the reality is, sometimes that's the way it's going to be, guys. I've kind of scaled back my expectations. Knowing that this is the winter season and it's kind of pokey, I am not really looking for $200 nights except for Fridays and Saturdays. If I have a $200 night, great. But my new goal is going to be between $150 and $175. And I think that that's kind of realistic, is a $150 to $175 night. And tonight was just about $170 with tips, maybe a little bit less. But I'm okay with that. And, I left the city at about 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe like 12:45-ish. It was pretty dead at that point. And I'd gotten a ride kind of out of the city, so I felt like it was the right direction to be moving in. Excuse me. So, for kind of a shorter than average night, I'm okay with the results I got. But really what I want to do is I'm about 7 peak hour trips, I had to think, away from the $65 tier with Lyft. I want to bang them out tomorrow morning if I can. And I'm going to get on the road tomorrow morning. I'm going to drag my ass out of bed early and get on the road for the morning rush hour. Because if I can get the 65 in, or the $65 bonus in early, then what I can do is I've got a quest for Uber for the weekend. And it's ridiculously easy. $125 for 30 trips. That's definitely Uber's way of trying to get me to come back over to their side. I mean, that's really good money for a very short amount of trips. So I have to dive into that beast. And I mean, 30 trips between Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's 10 trips a day. So I'm going to definitely tackle that. But I want to get my Lyft trips out of the way early so that I'm not chasing two tails at the same time. So that's the goal. And I know I'm not going to get the 140 level with Lyft, because that would mean I'd have to do 17 more power hour trips. And I think about another 20 trips in general with Lyft. It's not impossible, but I can't dedicate myself to 2 challenges at the same time. And realistically, peak hour trips are a lot harder to get. Uber trips are generalized. All I got to do is drive within DC, which I'm going to do this weekend anyway. There's no times or hour brackets or anything like that. So that's a much more realistically attainable challenge. So that's the plan, guys, is to pick up $65 from Lyft, the first tier of power driver bonus, and then shift gears and focus on Uber for the weekend and try and get that 125 quest. And then between the two, I should be sitting pretty. So that's my plan. I'm going to wrap it up tonight, guys. Early video, and I will see you guys all on the road tomorrow. Everybody get some rest. Have a great night.